Your body knows before your mind does. That feeling you get before something goes wrong, that's not random. Before your mind can explain it, before your thoughts catch up, before there are words for it at all, your body often knows first. A tightening in your chest, a sinking feeling in your stomach, a sudden sense of unease, a shift that you can't fully explain, but you feel it. And the truth is, this may be one of the most overlooked forms of intelligence that you have. Your body is constantly gathering information far faster than your conscious mind can process. Tone of voice, facial expression, energy in a room, changes in behavior, subtle tensions, patterns you've seen before, even if you didn't realize you were noticing them. Your nervous system is always scanning, always listening, always reading, always asking one question: am I safe here? And long before the mind creates a story, the body creates a response. That's why sometimes you feel discomfort before you know why. You feel tension before anything has happened. You feel guarded before a person has said much at all. You feel the shift before the evidence becomes obvious. And that can be confusing because the mind wants proof. The mind wants logic, details, a clear explanation. But the body doesn't always work that way. The body responds to signals, often before the conscious mind organizes them into meaning. And this is where it becomes important. Not every uncomfortable feeling is intuition. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's projection. Sometimes it's old pain showing up in a new moment. But sometimes it's awareness. Sometimes your body is recognizing something that your mind hasn't fully named yet. A pattern, a disruption, a mismatch, a signal that something feels off. And learning to tell the difference is part of real self-awareness. Because there is a difference between being triggered and being guided. One comes from the past, rushing into the present. The other comes from presence, noticing what is here now. That's why slowing down matters. Because if you react too fast, you may misread the signal. But if you pause, if you breathe, if you stay with the sensation without immediately turning it into a story, you create space to listen more clearly. What am I feeling right now? Is this fear or is this discernment? Is this an old wound reacting? Or is my body noticing something true? That pause matters, because the goal isn't to become suspicious of everything, and it isn't to label every feeling as intuition. The goal is to become honest enough and grounded enough to listen. Your body carries memory. It remembers tone. It remembers stress. It remembers environments that felt unsafe. It remembers what your mind tried to dismiss. And sometimes it speaks in sensation before thought ever arrives. A racing heart, a tightened jaw, a sudden heaviness, an urge to leave, a sense of pressure, a quiet inner no. These are not things to worship blindly, but they are things to respect, because your body is not separate from your wisdom. It is one of the ways wisdom speaks. And in a world that teaches people to override themselves, to push through, to ignore discomfort, to second guess what they feel, many people have lost touch with this. They learn to trust explanation more than experience, logic more than awareness, performance more than presence. But healing often includes returning to something simpler, listening again, not with panic, not with obsession, but with calm attention. Because when you begin to reconnect with your body, you may start noticing you knew before you knew. You felt the shift before the words. You sensed the mismatch before the proof. You recognized the energy before the outcome. Not because you were being dramatic, not because you were imagining things, but because the body often perceives first. And when you learn how to listen without fear, that awareness becomes powerful, not as paranoia, but as clarity. So today, pay attention to what your body is telling you, not to become hypervigilant, not to assume the worst, but to become more present with the signals you've been taught to ignore. Because sometimes your body knows before your mind does, and learning to listen may change what you walk towards, and what you walk away from, and what you finally allow yourself to see. If this message resonates with you, consider subscribing, and visit myreiki.net for free downloadable tools to support your journey.